going to look at personification. What does it mean to personify something or somebody? What does it mean to personify something? So to make something human means we have to give it something that humans have that this thing does not. So the attribution of human characteristics to non-human inanimate objects, an animal, an object, or a concept. So reader visualizes the literal term as human form or trait. So when we personify things in writing, what we want to do is we want to give something like more appeal. We want to make it more exciting to read. We want to really make the reader feel what the author wants us to feel. So for example, fear grabbed me as I heard footsteps behind me. So fear is not an active thing. Fear is not a living being. It cannot grab us, right? It cannot grab us. But what does it mean to say fear grabbed me as I heard footsteps behind me? I felt fear quite a bit when I heard footsteps behind me. But when we say I was scared when I heard footsteps, okay, that's fine. But when we say fear grabbed me, whoa, that's much more intense. So notice how when we read this sentence, we as the reader, we feel what the writer wants us to do. Imagine something grabbing you, what that feels like. That's the point of using this kind of personification, is to get more out of the reading. The flood waters swallowed the trees in one big gulp. What does that mean? What does it mean for flood waters to swallow the trees in one big gulp? Are the waters really swallowing the tree? It got flooded away. Water doesn't have a mouth to technically swallow something. But when we say this in this figurative language, well, we mean the trees got flooded away or they disappeared in one big gulp, as in the water came over the tree. That's what we want to say, to exaggerate. The stars winked at us from the night sky. Stars don't wink, they shine. And notice how when you look at the stars, sometimes you'll see the same star twinkling more, and sometimes you see it not as well. And that's what we mean by wink. Stars don't have eyes to be winking at us, of course not. But we are personifying them to make something sound more cute, to make it sound more interesting, to give it life. It's much cuter and much more lively to say the stars winked at us than the stars shine. It gives this object that doesn't have human attributes, it gives it human attributes, and that's the importance of it. That's the importance of personification.